Nobody will understand you. Not your parents, not your friends, not your loved ones, not your cousins. Nobody in this life is going to understand the mission that you're currently on. God put these goals and these amazing ambitions in your brain for a reason. If you're watching this podcast, you're one of that 1% of people that actually has extremely scary goals. If your goals excite you and make you scared, and to the common Joe look like they're extremely unattainable, then you're on the right path, my friend.
Listen, there's only one real challenge on your journey to any sort of success in life, and that is the opinions of others and the statements of others. Now, you will never be successful until you master your mind and you master your ability to not let what other people say and think of you affect you. You will never become successful if you're offended by what other people think, because no matter what, you will be insulted.
The people that genuinely make a change in this world are the people that they believe that they can make a difference in the world. This is a quote by Warren Buffett. The people that are somewhat delusional, the people that are somewhat crazy, actually end up being the people that make a huge change in the world. Take a look at these Elon Musk. This guy brought robots into this world. People thought this man was crazy. The people that are somewhat delusional are the people that actually make a huge impact on this world.
You know, if you were to say that, just literally only a decade ago, if you were to say, I want to create robots that actually take the jobs of real life human beings, or I want to invent some kind of chip that you put in your head. Just a decade ago, people would think you are absolutely out of your mind. But look at it now, it's coming to reality.
Exactly. It's only crazy until up to the point when it's actually in real life. My friend, take a look at us, for example. One of our most recent videos reached over 100,000 views, and we've only been doing this for 3 to 4 months. Yeah. Every single damn comment was a hate comment.
Every single one.
And we're not the kind of people to sit there and be like, oh man, they're talking about me. No, we love that because we understand this is the indicator that we're actually doing something right. Take a look at this, for example. I knew many individuals throughout my life that just sit down, shut up, be quiet, and they listen to the opinions of others, and they never accomplish anything. But the ones that actually make a difference with their lives are buying BMW M4 competitions when everybody around them was telling them, shut up, sit down, but they didn't listen. They tuned out the noise, my friends. They tuned out the noise. Me and my brothers over here, we received numerous amounts of hate. Numerous comments, numerous amounts of people telling us how to run our podcast, what to do with our freaking podcast. Oh, you're saying too many blasphemous things. Well, let me tell you, we don't give a singular damn.
Yeah,
we're going to continue releasing podcasts till the day we die. And you're just going to sit on the sidelines watching with your little Doritos chips. And you're going to be sitting down like a fat, lazy bastard. And you're just going to be sitting down watching us succeed. Why? Because you haven't accomplished anything in your life.
You haven't accomplished anything in your life. You're going to keep sitting back and, oh, you gotta fix this or you gotta critique this, bro. Why are you saying this on the podcast? Bro, you don't agree with it? Go buy your own camera, buy your own equipment, and start your own damn podcast.
Start your own damn podcast.
But do you know why they don't?
Why?
Because they're too scared of what Chris and Jessica's gonna say about them in school. Buddy, you're not gonna know these people at all 6 months later, 1 year later. You're not gonna know these people at all.
You're never going to announce anything.
This podcast, the JMT Show, 1 year from now,
we will have at least 25,000 subscribers on YouTube.
And by all means, if we had listened to the hate, if we had listened to everyone telling us to quit and what are these blasphemous statements that you guys are saying, none of this would be possible. These episodes that we're posting this because we love it. Not for you guys, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
We love speaking our minds. And this is what a lot of people are scared to do nowadays.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of people fear speaking their mind.
You're never going to accomplishing anything in life if you continue listening to the opinions of others. This is what this podcast is surrounded on today. If you continue listening to the opinions of others, you're going to feel like you're in a little box. You need to break free from the opinions of others.
Sometimes, even your own parents, even your own brothers, blood brothers and your parents, might look at you like, man, what is my son talking about? What is this guy talking about? A big, strong piece of advice coming from personal experience. Keep your goals private. Keep your goals and your accomplishments to yourself. no one in this world wants to see you winning or doing better than them. Nobody in this world is saying, oh my God, look at Jack. This guy just bought a new vehicle. I'm so proud for him. I'm so proud of him.
Just like this podcast. Ever since we started it, we've had hundreds of thousands of views in only the first 3 to 4 months. And our so-called friends, the people that are in our community,
don't even follow us.
They don't even follow us.
I haven't seen one goddamn like by anybody.
And some random people across the world that are actually doing something with their lives, that are watching this podcast, they're actually like top dogs. They like and they share and they follow. And random the people that we actually know in our community, they're like telling us how to run our podcast.
You know something interesting?
That's insane.
Recently, my brother already mentioned this already like a minute ago. But recently, one of our videos hit 100,000 freaking views.
They did.
Only recently.
They did.
You realize something. If we had quit, just imagine if we let the hate get to us and we quit our podcast entirely just one day before we posted that clip. Just imagine what would have happened. We would have never seen our views amount to 100,000 on one video. And that shows the power of freaking persistence. Because imagine if you were, let's say you were mining, for example, like in Minecraft, for example. Imagine if you were just 1 block away from freaking diamonds and you quit. You would have never freaking gotten them.
The moment
but
you
if
fail,
you kept going, you would have achieved that.
Exactly. The moment you fail is the moment you quit. Not once, ever, in my entire entrepreneurial endeavor, has a thought crossed my brain to quit. Maybe times I doubted myself. Maybe sometimes I lost a little bit of money, but I kept on going and I persevered and I put trust in myself and I tuned out the expectations and opinions of other people that just constantly wanted to drag me down.
Yeah, and that's extremely true. Persistence and consistency is one of the most important things. And they're going to try to tell you when you try to start your own business, when you try to break free and start, and you try to be self-employed, you try to not be working for someone else, they're going to try to tell you, nah, don't do that. You're gonna fail. 90% of businesses fail. All these people go psychologically crazy. Why do you want to join them? What are you trying to do? No, just follow this path. You'll be comfortable. You'll be chilling. Just follow this path and you'll be perfectly fine. Well, that's exactly how they're profiting off of your degeneracy. You need to start thinking with some more introspection and stop listening to the opinions of others. You constantly do this, and this is why you're questioning, like, how come I haven't accomplished anything? Because you're too scared to break free.
Exactly, my friend. And sometimes you need to really be aware of the people that you're surrounding yourself with. If you're surrounding yourself with people that are just constantly dragging you down, and when you try to show your achievements, when you try to show your accomplishments to them, it looks like you're bragging, you gotta change your circle, my friend. Yeah. You know, me and my brothers here, we're so focused to the point where when we're, with other individuals, they think that we're bragging, but in reality, we're just being ourselves. Mm-hmm. We're not the stupid sheep that just the sheep that follow the sheep herd, bro. You gotta be that person that sticks out from the crowd, that tunes out the opinions from others. Take a look at Elon Musk, for example. This guy is, a billionaire. We all know about him. People back then, they used to think that he had autism or something because he used to sit down in class and stare out the window. You need to be that odd one out, my friend. You need to be remember this. In order to be number one, you have to be odd, my friend. In order to be number one, you have to be odd. What does this mean? You can't be just like the other people that just shut up, sit down, just do your work, like your posture is you have to sit up straight, understand what you want with your life, focus, dial in, tune out the noise and expectations of other people, and just put your foot on the gas and strive.
At the end of the day, you have to realize something. Who is rich in this life? Is it the 99% or is it the 1%? It's the 1%, obviously. And the 99%, who are they? Employees, poor people, slaves, degenerate idiots at the parties on the weekend. At the end of the day, who is successful in this world? It's the 1%. Who's strong in this world? The 1%. Who's smart in this world? The 1%. Who are the inventors in this world? The 1%. At the end of the day, you have to be the odd one out. You have to be the black sheep full of inside of a freaking herd, full of thousands of white sheep. At the end of the day, you are that one rare sheep that will produce the best wool.
And listen, yeah, that's a great point. It's very, very easy to just be an ostrich and just stick your head in the sand, hide away from everything, and just say, what? No, I'm too scared that I'm just going to go and just follow what everyone else is doing. It's very easy to do that. It takes bravery. It takes courage to be the odd one out. Waking up in the morning and realizing that most of these things that are stuffed in our faces are scams. The educational system is a scam. The financial system is a scam with, the student loans and your credit card loans. You don't pay this back every single month in full. You got to pay it back in interest. The judicial system is a scam. The election system is a scam. The medical industry is a scam. The freaking insurance system is a scam. One of the most successful businesses, endeavors, the cancer industry, the multi-trillion-dollar cancer industry. Do you really think that they're researching a way to put themselves out of business? Do you really think that they're researching a way to find a cure to this multi-trillion-dollar business? Do you think that? No. So if they're profiting off of you paying your freaking health insurance, if they're profiting off of your sicknesses, matter of fact, if you were just to think with a little bit of introspection and do your research, America is one of the only countries in the world, that has to pay their own health insurance. It's one of the only countries. America is also one of the wealthiest countries in the world.
The single wealthiest.
But somehow we have to pay for our own health insurance. Canada, Japan, Europe, that's all covered by the government. Why? Because they're profiting off of our stupidity. Start thinking with an open mind and stop being a part of the 99% that's partying on Halloween.
And when you try to mention these beautiful ideas to other people, how the financial system's a scam, how the pharmaceutical industry is a scam, how the education system's a scam,
they laugh at you.
When you try to talk to these people about it, they look at you like you're crazy because they're so deep in the damn system and the matrix. They're so brain numbed. There's constant dopamine. Like they can't think for themselves, my friend.
They're just
So that's what you need to understand, that you gotta surround yourself with the people that have the same mindset as you, not as people that are gonna constantly drag you down, my friend.
It's like when you're hanging around people that are very negative, why is this like this? Why? It's like you have an anchor that's latched to your leg and just holding you down. Every single time you try to do something, you try to tell them some of your accomplishments, it looks like you're flexing.
At the end of the day, listen, bro. At the end of the day, there are going to be smart people on Earth and there are going to be stupid people on Earth, okay? But the idiots will always outnumber the smart people. Why? Because it's a universal law that only the minority can be successful, rich, powerful, etc. So you need to be very careful who you surround yourself with. Now, if you're in the beginning stages of your journey to success, I pray that you make it. You have to cut off freaking everybody because you don't have anybody. Unfortunately, you do not have anybody to accompany you on this difficult journey. And the only thing your best buddies that have been your best buddies all your life will do is make fun of you, anchor you down like he said, and just freaking mock you till the day either you die or till the day you succeed.
Exactly. And do you know what I hate? I hate the awkward phase in your entrepreneurial endeavor. When you're at that phase, when you're trying to break free, you're surrounded by a bunch of degenerates that are talking about, did you get like a 92 or a 93 on your chemistry test? And you're sitting there thinking, how can I make 10K a week? They're sitting there talking about the latest Halloween party and what they're going to wear and what their costume is and the trick-or-treating and, the 92.93% of their chemistry test, when you're sitting there tweaking about how you're going to make 50K a month. I just hate that, my friend. I can't relate to the common Joe. These brothers over here, we constantly think to ourselves how we can be better mentally, spiritually, financially, emotionally, physically. We don't tune out the noise. We tune out the noise of the stupid degeneracy. Just yesterday, bunch of people, retards, they're going out, wasting time, Halloween party, yada, yada, yada. Me and my boys, we're getting a lift in the gym, pumping the iron, freaking benching 225 pounds for 30,000 repetitions. That's what we do, my friend. We're constantly holding each other accountable. And you're not going to be able to elevate in this life if you constantly surround yourself with degenerates that are going to constantly drag you down and tell you what you're doing is wrong. But in reality, what you're doing is right, my friend. You want to make a change. You want to make a drastic self-improvement change that nobody's going to understand. And you're just right now at that awkward phase. This is why we're talking with such passion, because we understand that our viewers that are currently watching this podcast are individuals that want to strive and make a change. We love you guys. We understand that the people that watch this podcast are people that actually want to make a genuine change with their lives. This is why we do this.
And I don't know if you guys have realized, but most of our following, we see their page, they have businesses, they have, they do car detailing.
Exactly.
They're trying to make it. They're striving. And by all means, what we're telling you guys right here, we're not telling you guys to just, just work. No, it's okay to have balance. But the thing is, the way that you have fun should be different than the degenerates.
It's a very
Should not be in ways that's gonna harm yourself.
Exactly.
With smoking and drinking and going out and just smashing these random women and just doing all these disgusting, filthy things. That's not fun. Fun, you could go out with your family. You could go out with your friends and go bowling. These are like normal things.
Let me tell you a very beautiful example. Just last Sunday, me and my brothers here, we woke up at 6 a.m. sharp.
Oh yeah, tell them about this.
Oh, yeah.
We prayed together. Right after that, we went for a beautiful run in the forest. It was like 45 degrees, beautiful chilly fall autumn air. We were running together, just motivating each other, pushing each other. After that, we had a nice beautiful breakfast. It was a Sunday morning, keep in mind. We got a head start, like a 4-hour head start before everybody. And for us, that's fun.
But by the time we finished everything, we finished eating, and we got back home, it was like freaking 9:30. People were just waking up at that time.
It's a beautiful feeling.
What did we do? We got a nice freaking 1.5 hour run in the cold outside. Our hearts were beating. You know when you do cardio and you do so much freaking cardio, your heart beats so much, and then when you're done, a few hours later, it becomes like your lungs like freaking expanded and like feels so good to breathe. Yeah. That's what we felt the whole freaking day.
That's the thing. You gotta surround yourself by people that are gonna uplift you.
Yeah, literally when we were running, whenever one of us freaking got tired and started walking, we started yelling at one another, telling us to keep freaking running and don't stop.
But yeah, that's the real dopamine. When you're constantly, finish going for a run, when you make a couple bucks, when you take your family out, that's what you should be pushing and striving for. Not this little short-term dopamine. It's gonna make you feel good for a couple minutes, couple hours. Then the next day you just feel so regretful. I mean, hopefully you do feel regretful after doing these type of filthy acts.
Yeah, some people, I know some individuals, they don't want to change. They don't even want to save themselves. It's extremely sad. Like, imagine being at the point where in your life, like, you don't even care if you're self-harming yourself. I'm not talking about self-harming others. That's a whole other topic of degeneracy, but just harming yourself. My friend, you were chosen by God. God loves you and he wants to see you succeed. He wants to, he doesn't want to punish you. You need to understand this to its maximum capacity. Mm-hmm. You can't surround yourself with people that are going to drag you down. Rather, you must surround yourself with individuals that are going to constantly uplift you.
My friend, you gotta be so goddamn delusional compared to everybody around you. When people hear you speak, they have to think in their head that you are an absolute freaking moron, my friend. Like, for example, me, I disagree with my own freaking birth certificate, okay? It says that I'm 18 years old, but I disagree with my goddamn birth certificate. I don't believe I'm 18 years old. I believe I'm freaking 4 times my age. Because I'm so intelligent. I'm just so freaking smart. I have an IQ of goddamn 284.
Yes, you need to have that level of belief, or else you're just a bastard flowing in the wind that's never going to accomplish anything in his life. Yesterday, I was in the gym, benching 225 pounds for 40 repetitions. And a person came up to me and asked me, "Bro, how did you get this strong?" I looked at him dead in the eye and I said, "So do you want to be weak for the rest of your life?" And he looked at me like, what are you talking about? He was like confused. Like, he actually had a visual face of expression of confusion. I said, "Do you want to be weak for the rest of your life?" And he said, "What?" And I repeated it one more time. "Do you want to be weak for the rest of your life?" I was tweaking on 400 milligrams of caffeine. And then he just carried on and left. Yeah, I think he got a little bit scared. But I think it hit him later, like, do you want to be weak, my friend? No, nobody wants to be weak.
You got to stop just getting stepped on. Start being a man and taking matters into your own freaking hands. I had a similar situation. I was at the gym the other day, and I was just lifting with the hoodie on, right? I like to lift, just, before the workout, I just nice little baggy hoodie, it's a nice pump cover. I was lifting, right? I took off the hoodie. The most crazy pump. The blood flowing to the biceps like no freaking other. The bicep veins are popping. The chest veins are freaking popping. I was curling the freaking 50 pounds for reps. Multiple repetitions. Everyone was looking at me like I was just curling the freaking front of the mirror. Everyone was looking at me like, what the hell is wrong with this guy? You have to be freaking so confident in yourself that like everyone's looking at this guy like, yo, what is up with this?
Like, is this guy crazy or something?
Is he crazy?
Like, I'm in the gym, like, I'm curling, and like I'm looking at myself in the mirror, just freaking sweating, like turning red.
Yeah.
Like I look like a freaking tomato, I'm about to explode, right? Everybody's like,
Exactly.
like, bro, you need to be a certain level of crazy to achieve greatness.
Yeah, bro.
You know, greatness and insanity are next door neighbors.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes when insanity needs a little bit of sugar, it goes knocks on greatness's door, be like, yo, I need some salt and sugar. You have some spare salt and sugar?
Yeah.
And insanity's like, yeah, take some. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They go hand in hand, my friend.
Yeah.
Take a look at Elon Musk. This guy's like an absolute
I
maniac.
freaking love this guy.
I freaking love that guy. He's like a
22
freaking role model.
22 hours a day in the damn office, 7 days a week, and look at him now. He's crazy.
Yeah.
You need to be crazy, my friend.
You know
Like
something-
literally insane
You know
to
something-
achieve greatness.
You know something? Bro, freaking, like I remember back in high school, I graduated a year ago, but I remember back in high school, and I freaking walked in the goddamn hallways. Because everybody would freaking look at me in awe. They'd be like, and like the lights turned to me. The whole freaking hallway, everybody in the goddamn hallway, it just stops talking, stops the conversation.
I remember that.
Just drops freaking everything and looks at me in awe. My footsteps, everybody hears it. Stop. The whole freaking school would just shake and almost shatter to pieces every time I took one step. Everybody, whenever they see my beautiful freaking face shining with megatons of light, they would beg me for a goddamn autograph. Every single one of them would freaking step on their knees and beg me for a goddamn autograph.
I remember
Bro,
that.
I
remember that very vividly.
I do remember
Me
that.
and my
as
brother,
well.
we used to go to high school together, and we were running the JMT Show. We have millions of views, millions of subscribers.
Yeah. Actually, one time, this group of kids, they came, and he was a young kid. He asked me for an autograph, and I just straight up said no. And he looked at me like, and I just said no. Yeah. And I just kept walking.
Because you,
and then, didn't want this actually.
Dude, I remember it. Like, and then like all of a sudden, like you just backhanded the hell out of it.
Yeah, I saw him. I'll imitate
And
exactly
it
what he
flicked
said.
something in his brain, like he's like, man. And that is exactly the day where he became a millionaire.
Yeah. And like
you don't get stuff easy in this world.
Yeah,
You
and
don't.
when I was in high school, like I said like a minute ago, everybody would be freaking on their knees begging for an autograph. Every single time that somebody begged me for an autograph, when they saw my freaking beautiful face shining right at them, they would beg me. Their eyes are watering. They're like, please, can I have your autograph? I'd tell them,
No.
do not let me backhand the hell out of you, for God's sake.
Yes.
Do not beg. You cannot ever be a beggar, because when you beg, my friend, you look like you're desperate. You cannot look desperate.
You look like a pure, utter slave, degenerate, poor bastard.
You have to be the one that's being begged. You can never be the beggar, my friend. Take this advice.
You're never going to make it anywhere in life if you continue surrounding yourself with people that are going to constantly drag you down, as we said earlier. And the whole moral of this podcast today is to take a look at your circle. Take a look at the people that you spend time with. This may sound kind of cliche, but the people that you spend the most time with is who you become.
Yeah.
It sounds cliche, but it's pure and utterly true. You know what I mean? Surround yourself with top dogs. And you may be in that awkward phase right now, where you don't really fit in with too many of the pure and utter degenerate brokey bastards. And you may try to, fit in with the other people.
Yeah.
But don't try to fit in. Carve your own journey. Carve your own group. Screw fitting in. Fit out. Be the dog that stands out when everybody looks at them, you're like, they're freaking scared and they just want to pee their pants.
Yeah, exactly.
Be that kind of guy.
Be that guy, bro. Be that dude when you walk in, they just sense it. Be that dude when you're calling someone and someone receives a phone call from you, he has to walk out the room and be like, yo, this guy means business.
This guy
means business.
Be that person when you call somebody, you know it's freaking business and you're there to talk and be forefront.
And it's quick. Your
Exactly.
time is valuable. Be that
Exactly.
person when you're talking to someone, you're on a phone call with them. Yo, quick. But my time is valuable.
Listen, bro, you gotta
and just stop being a bastard.
Listen,
Exactly.
bro, you have to set your price high, bro. At the end of the day, when you set your price low, people will treat you as if you have low value. It's why products that are cheap,
that's true.
the first thing you assume when you see a cheap price on a product is that it's valueless, it's worthless.
Exactly.
But when you see a product that's expensive, even if it doesn't look too fancy, just from the price alone, it seems so freaking valuable. So you should do that. You have to do the same thing to yourself.
The
you
way
need to
that-
set
yes,
your
exactly.
price so freaking high. You need to grasp freaking respect out of people's heads. Literally freaking open their head, dig in respect from their head, close it, and just hold on to it.
You demand respect. Respect just doesn't come easy. You have to demand it by the way you carry yourself, by the way you present yourself. Because sadly, it's a sad reality that the world we live in is just picture based.
Yeah.
Like they just go. It's a fact in psychology that people make an assumption about you in the first second that they see you.
They judge you by your cover.
So improve your posture, sit up straight, put on a nice watch, get jacked, get millions of dollars in the bank, and demand your respect.
If you're not going to take a stance and do it by yourself, no one else is going to come doing it for you. You have to demand the respect. You have to become the man that everybody has respect for. And you just start making a change in your life. Cut off the degenerates. Cut off the bastards. Stop drinking. Stop smoking this bullshit. And start carving your own path to success.
Yes.
Thank you so much, guys. Oh, yeah, go ahead. You want to say it?
Yeah, just the overall moral of today's podcast, as we said, don't listen to the opinions of others. They're never going to understand you. You need to put on the blinders, step on the gas, and go all in. And completely disregard the opinions of other people. Because you know yourself. Nobody knows you. Thank you guys for tuning in to episode 12.
Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We'll see you guys next time.
See you guys in the next one.
See you guys out.